yeah, I was able to watch some games and really watch them. And no, I mean they've always been a good lineup. Bat to ball's good. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for the challenge.
Other questions? Got Russ on right up front.
Hey Blake, you obviously pitched in the World Series before, but going into this one, how does the night before compare to the maybe that first time?
Um, yeah, I mean for me personally, it's just everything gets quiet and focused, and just start processing what you want to happen, what you're gonna face, and just start building from that.
Other questions? We'll go to Ron up on Blake's left. For Toronto, Trey will be making his seventh ever big league start. I think your seventh start, you got your first ever road win at Coors Field. How unprepared do you think you would have been back then, being thrown into a game like tomorrow's?
Um, I don't know. I don't know his journey versus what my journey was to get to the big leagues. Maybe he's pitched in a lot of games that have prepared him for it. I mean, I know he's been doing good with the playoffs. Had a really good game and a tough one, and a decent one. So I don't know. There's just so much. He's facing a Dodgers lineup that's really good. How's he going to react to that? There's so many questions, and I don't know him personally, so I don't know like the makeup, but it's definitely a difficult task for him.
Just looking at yourself, how much more do you know about pitching in the major leagues now than you knew then?
Yeah, I was a baby. Yeah, I'm night and day different. Just experience is everything. It matters, and um, it's what makes pitchers really good. It's just time.
Thank you. We'll stay in the same row. Two over.
Hi, Blake. How much and in what aspects do you think you have improved since 2020?
2020. I would say just I've matured. I've grown up. I've become I was kind of a kid still in 2020. To a man, family, wife. A lot's changed, yeah. And then with the game of baseball, just how I view it is a lot different. It's more personal than it's ever been, just because I know I only have so much time left. I'm not young, and I don't really think about the ending. To where now I'm just more appreciative of the moments, the time, and what these mean for my career.
Fourth row on your left, Blake. Tyler.
Blake, your last World Series game, everybody remembers it. Total dominance until they took you out. How long did it take you to process that whole night, and how often do you still think about it? And now that you're back here finally,
Yeah, I don't think about it really at all anymore. When it happened, I'd say probably for like a week. I was thinking about it, what could have been different, what I could have done, the ups and downs of just feelings. But then it ultimately led to if I would have done more early on in my career to gain his trust, it would have been a different outcome, I think. So learn from it, and ultimately it made me a better pitcher, just because I understand the game more than just myself, just the pieces, the parts, and how it all works. So yeah, I mean, for about a week, the ups and downs of could have been a World Series champ, this, but there's still Game 7, and who knows if we win Game 6, and just so much in the air that, yeah, I finally just let it go.
Second row in front, Blake. Claudia.
Hey Blake, how do you approach big game hitters like Guerrero Jr. and Springer?
I can't really give too much away. They're veteran hitters. They know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. They're going to be like, yeah, I don't know how to I could tell you in a week.
Up front on your left, Blake.
Blake, you won multiple Cy Youngs. You have pitched in the World Series, but where would this Game 1 start in a Dodgers uniform rank for your career?
Right now in the moment, it's the most important start of my career, yeah. Have a chance to win a World Series, the ultimate team goal, and yeah, this is probably the biggest start of my career.
This third row up front, Jason.
Blake, I actually want to play off that question. The list of pitchers who have started Game 1 of a World Series for the Dodgers is pretty glittering. It's pretty famous. What does it mean to you to join that list?
I mean, yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I'd have to look at the list and see who's on there, but I have ideas. Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, just wearing the uniform, a Dodger uniform, is special to me. So to be on that list is cool, but you want to have impact on that list. That's more important.
Do a few more. Third row on your left, Jack.
At the start of the playoffs, you talked about wanting to challenge yourself in this environment against the best players. I mean, what have you kind of learned going through these starts, and how much fun have you had just being in this kind of environment and pitching at this level, and all the little things that go into having successful postseason starts, being able to do that?
Yeah, you're just learning. Each start, you just learn. You go through the game, you dissect what you like, what you don't like, where you got lucky, or maybe you didn't get lucky, but you're just trying to find a way to get better, and you're trying to understand, what's the hitter trying to do. So it's the most important thing to pitching is understand what's their plan. How do you figure that part out? And then you have environments. You play on the road. When you're younger, you can let it spiral and get to you. As you get older, you just understand it's an environment, and how are you going to take it? Like, are you going to be a part of it? Are you going to enjoy it? Or you just kind of learn from it. But for me, I mean, this has been amazing. I pitched in Philly, Milwaukee. Both were great crowds, electric. I saw the crowd Game 6 and 7 here. Watched both of those games fully, and was really impressed with the crowd here as well. So I can't wait. I'm excited. It's going to be great energy, good baseball, two really good teams. Yeah, I just can't wait to be a part of it.
Two last ones, Fabian.
Yeah, Blake, you always kind of talk about the idea of reading swings and sort of pitching off of that. How did you go about developing that? Is there anyone that sort of helped you along the way, like how to read swings, how to read hitters, and sort of how to apply that in the middle of a game?
Yeah. I mean, I've always loved watching the game. I've always loved baseball. I think that's the first part. But I think once I won the first Cy Young in 18, I was kind of clueless to how I did it. And at 19, I was like, I'm going to do it again. I'm the best, all that. And it didn't work. And I got hurt, and I thought I did everything I could to win it again. Then I realized, you have to get better. You have to learn. Winning a Cy Young is very difficult. And that's when I really started watching the game and developing a game plan. And, well, what's going to make me different? I got to be different. The only way to be, better is you got to be different than everybody. So watching the game, asking questions, asking the older guys questions, like how do I have to adjust when I get to this age? And then really just challenging myself every day, like how do I get better? By me doing that, I've just continually every year gotten so much better. But it's the people that the veterans, the older guys, pitching coaches that have all kind of helped me become the player I am now, but really the guy that I'm striving to be.
One last one. We'll finish up with Kirsten.
Just to continue with that conversation, coming to this team, you talked about wanting to pick Clayton Kershaw's brain. Are those the type of conversations you were having with him, and then looking at just the longevity that he's had in this league and wanting to attain that as well? Yeah,
and it's funny because everyone says well, how are those talks? How do you get there? But it's just conversations. It's just questions. You just ask questions, and we'll just have a normal conversation. But I'll ask questions on well, why'd you do this, or why were you thinking that way, or what do you think's the best part of your game? And then you ask that question, he replies, and then it's okay, well, how can you piece that to your game, and what does that look like to you? Because ultimately, you're building the best version of you, so you have to figure that part out. But Kershaw, the best thing that he does is he competes. He could have nothing and he'll find a way to dominate because he's just so competitive. And it's how do you learn that? It's you got to ask questions, but then you got to figure out what part of how can you do that? And that's the tough part.
All right, Blake, thanks so much. Great to have you back in the World Series. Appreciate it.